There we go. Recording is running. I see a thumbs up. I see a one. All right, amazing. Great. Let's start our very first morning session of the week with going through the different pairs to see if we have any price swaps for today. Now, before we start, if you never knew or heard about my strategy, let me first quickly explain you what we are doing here. All right. It's pretty simple. If we look at the markets, we see that there are three types of moves, right? Market goes up, market goes sideways, market goes down, okay? The moment we see the market going up, it never moves in like that one straight direction, okay? You will always see that the market will tend to create highs and lows, all right? And analyzing these highs and lows, you can know the direction of the market. If the market creates higher highs, we know the market is moving up. Higher highs and higher lows, of course, all right? If the market does the opposite, so creating lower highs and lower lows, we know the market is moving to the downside, okay? Then with the consolidation, we do have the equal highs and equal lows, all right? Once we see that, we know the market is moving sideways and we need to wait for the market to give us some more information where the market could potentially go to, okay? So this is the basic of the market structure, watching highs and lows, recognizing highs and lows, okay? Now, how do we use it with Pricetrap? It's pretty simple. What we want to do is we want to find in the market these obvious highs and lows and trap the market in between them, all right? So if we see, for example, a trending market, we see something like this, what we can do is pretty simple. We're going to mark up our resistance zone, our support zone, and then simply wait for the breakout. The breakout will show us the direction of the market. So if we break to the upside, we will wait for the market to retest and then go further to follow up that breakout movement, all right? And if you analyze this, you see what's happening here, all right? You see the market is creating a higher high and we will search for that higher low, okay? And that is the price of strategy. That's it. Right? I love to keep it simple. In my opinion, if you keep it simple, you're just making things easier for yourself than, for example, wanting to make it too complicated for yourself and analyzing the charts like crazy. I'm personally just a person that loves to use the simplicity, use the basics, and really focus on that. Okay. So if you want to learn the price chart strategy, this would be your first to do. All right. Learn the market structure, going to the charts. And for example, if you see this whole downwards movement, just check how the market reacted. Just mark up these highs and lows, all right? So we see a low here, a high here, the market is stuck, we see the breakout retest, boom, the market takes off, all right? You can do this with the whole chart. You can just go through different pairs, different moments of the charts, and then find yourself that market structure and see how the market is like breaking and retesting these highs and lows time and time again. Okay, so that should be your very first focus the moment you start with Pricetrap, and that's what I want to keep it for today. This is like a small educational minutes just to get you guys on track and that you guys know exactly what I'm looking at. Okay, was this clear? Let me know in the chat box. Just drop a 111 or a thumbs up so I know you guys are with me and we can start going through the charts. All right, amazing. I see the 111s coming into the chat box, so let's start and see what we have for today. So the very first one, what I really like is here we have AUD Canadian. What we see is that the market has broken out of that resistance zone, so we created that higher high in this small uptrending movement, okay? So this is the very first price what we can look at. Now, once I found a price drop like this, it's pretty simple, all right? I always make use of these horizontal lines. Why do I make use of these horizontal lines? Pretty simple, because then I can use these lines to put my alerts on, okay? I also do like a little box in between, just a colored box. So I have a very clean and visual, or very clean visual, where I can see where my highs and lows are, all right? Pretty simple. That's the only reason for that. Now, because we are looking for breakouts, because we want to wait for the market to break the highs or break the lows, I'm always going to put alerts on the outer lines that I just drew, okay? So for the breakout of the support, I want to see a 1 hour candle closure below my zone. So what I'm going to do is pretty simple. I want to do a crossing down, once per bar close, and then I write down break support. In that way, I will only get an alert the moment the market gives me a 1 hour candle closure below my zone. All right, makes sense, right? Now, for the upside, of course, we don't need this anymore because the market already broke and came back for that retest. Now, if we take a look at this one, the chances are very high this already took off, okay? So let me put a line here. We had a very beautiful demand zone here, and the market beautifully react on this with some good price action. Like you can see, we had some rejections on the 1 hour time frame. 50-minute time frame was showing us some morning stars. 30-minute time frame was showing us engulfing candles. So the chances are pretty high that the market just takes off from this point. Is this a problem? In my opinion, it doesn't matter. All right, you missed a trade, so be it. You will miss a lot of trades in your journey. This is part of trading. All right, you cannot catch them all. Okay, you can try, but you cannot catch them all. If it leaves without you, it is what it is. Accept it and move on. All right. Now, what I do want to see here with 80 Canadian, the market did give us that good retest here, but there is a very high chance, or there is still that possibility that the market will go lower into these demand levels. So now we reacted. I'm not sure, but if I see this, it will be a 50 FIP, something like that, around 50. Yeah, there we go. Reacted beautifully on 50 FIP, but we still have these 72, 78 areas. So there is a possibility that the market will go lower, will go deeper into our zone to go into this level and then start moving up to follow up that uptrend. What I'm going to do personally is I'm going to just put an alert on the low. So the moment the market decides to go deeper, I get my alerts, point of interest, there we go. I get my alert and I know like, okay, now it's getting interesting because we are getting close to the zone that I'm interested in to start buying this market, okay? So I'm gonna put an orange flag on this one because I'm waiting for a deeper retest, okay? What is also possible, this is not done yet, what is also possible with 80 Canadian is pretty simple. We have a new high here. So what I just showed you with the market structure, I'm really getting into the basics. It's a long time ago I did a session like this, so that's why I'm doing it right now. So people really get to know the strategy, get to know the basics of the strategy, because this is very important, all right? So what is the next point is the market created this higher high, right? So now we have a new high where we can focus on. So if the market decides to not come back to that zone that I'm talking about, to just break these highs, we will be looking for a new breakout retest. I will be focused on the first zone, all right? I hope that makes sense. I hope that's clear for you guys. So what you can do right now is just pretty simple. You wait for the retest. So we have this little alert with the point of interest, or we can simply put an alert on this one, crossing up once per bar close, and of course, do the break resistance or write down break resistance. Right now, you will get an alert the moment you get a 1 hour candle closure above that new high. So when the market creates new market structure, okay? I hope that makes sense, and I hope this is clear. What do you say to Canadian JPY? Can you set a sell limit order, or will it make an upward trend to enter in a buy later? Let me check Canadian JPY. The thing is, all right, we are in some interesting levels, interesting supply levels, but this is really like high time frame movements, all right? This is not really the 1 hour time frame we're focused on. If you want to focus on the 1 hour time frame, and if you want to look at 1 hour time frame opportunities, I would personally just wait for another breakout retest. This is kind of the breakout we wanted to see, but the problem is that market took off already, right? So we have the same problem like 80 Canadian. Is this a problem? Of course not, but what we could focus on is simply just use this new resistance zone here and then wait for a new breakout retest. The buy you should be looking at with the previous structure, like this structure over here, should be around this zone here, this area, with this beautiful engulfing candle also. But market is taking off at this point, so yeah, it's I would personally not be looking at a sell idea. Why not? Pretty simple market structure, guys. Basic of the market: high, low, equal high, higher low, all right? This is an important one. Here we have an equal, but here we have a higher low. So this is an indication that the market is uptrending, okay? Higher high, higher low again. So we are in this uptrending movement. So I would never, never, never in my life been thinking about selling this market. Make sense? Or you would be looking at daily or 4-hour time frames, something like that. Then maybe this supply zone would be interesting or something like that. But I'm not that kind of trader. I'm personally a 1-hour time frame trader. I focus on 1-hour time frame structure. Okay, good. So let me move on. The first one was 80 Canadian, where we are looking at two options: the retest deeper into these demand levels, or pretty simple, the breakout retest of that new structure that we created. Okay, here with 80 JPY, a little bit the same like we have seen on Canadian JPY. We have this resistance from yesterday. We had a beautiful breakout retest from yesterday, and it respected pretty good the zones that I would be looking at. All right, depends a little bit on how you react. Like how you react on price traps, we have different ways for that. In the last 6 years, I've created, I think, 3 different ways how you can potentially react using the price trap strategy, using different types of entries. One is focused on candlestick patterns, the other one is focused on indicators, and the other one is focused on more like the market structure, FIP levels, imbalance, supply, demand, these kind of stuff. All right. But I think the one that is known the most is the 5-step confirmation. This is purely focused on candlestick patterns. All right, a little bit active or more active than other ways, but of course it works pretty amazing. What I would be looking at for 80 JPY, listen closely here because this one is also a very important one. I really like the structure. So we are creating that uptrending movement, like you can see, higher highs, higher lows, pretty simple. If I would be looking for 80 JPY to really get my attention, to be thinking about taking it, to be thinking about following the trend, for example, I want to see a breakout of the resistance, obviously. But if you want to see a reversal, or if you want to see the market start to move to the downside, I want to see a break of support, but it has to create at least an equal low, all right? At least. This is important. Make sure you're listening closely to this one. I want to see the market at least making this equal low. I don't want to see the market getting below my lows here, getting below the support zone, and react here on this demand, because that shows us that the market is still running massively bullish. All right, so then is the chance high that the market will start moving up from that point. All right, and then we are getting that deeper retest from the previous breakout. Okay, so if we want to see the breakout on 80 JPY, what do we want to see? An equal low. All right, at least. Okay, good. 80 USD. Let's check what we have here. I do like the structure. Looks like we have some good markets today. Like this. The resistance is very obvious. Break resistance. There we go. So that's the first thing we want to be paying attention at. The support zone is tricky. All right. Why? I will explain you. Like you can see, again, beautiful uptrending market. This is what you want to focus on when you start price trap. You want to focus on finding these structure points and see how the market reacts on that. All right. So we see breakout, retest, boom, breakout, retest, boom. All right. So you can do this time and time again to get used to the system of the highs and the lows and the price trap strategy. Okay. Now, if we take a look at 80 USD, we do have a very obvious resistance. This is clear. This is clean. This is exactly what we would be looking at when we want to trap the markets. Now, if we take a look at the support, all right, we do have a very obvious zone. Just to show you how you can check your zones is pretty simple. You can zoom out and then look at how the market has been reacting on these zones in the past. Just to check if these are important zones in the market, yes or no, right? Like you can see, the market has been reacting on these zones pretty strong. So we know like, okay, the zones that we just used are good to use for our price trap, okay? So now if we want to see the support from AUD USD get broken, I want to see the same exact thing like I just explained you on AUD JPY. You see that small demand level sitting below? There is a very high chance that the market will be reacting on that demand level. So break support, there we go. So the market can be just getting a little lower here to fill up this small imbalance zone and then start moving higher from this point. Okay, so if we get the breakout to the downside, I want to see the market creating an equal low at least. Okay, of course, a lower low would be great because then we are really showing the markets, or we are really getting the confirmations that the market wants to reverse, or just create an equal low or lower low. These are the two things I want to be looking at. Okay, so that's for AUD USD. AUD NZD, I don't like it. Your AUD, very clean price trap, very clean structure here. Would you take it? The moment it gets lower? Well, this is a good question. We already had that first retest here. I don't think so. I think I would be just looking for a new breakout retest here. I'm not looking for the lower. We do have, this is why I'm doubting about this lower zone. If we take a look, let me just show you what's going on in my head right now. So if we take a look here, we have this 4-hour high, right? On the 4-hour time frame, we already reacted on the first demand zone, but we didn't react yet on this second demand zone, this one here. I think if we would take a fib on this one, I think this would be around the 72, 78 area. So there we go, just below the 78 area. So this is very interesting. And this is why I was doubting a little bit, because on the 4-hour time frame, we are just getting a breakout retest. This could be the retest, this could be the higher low perfectly. But there is a high chance that the market will just be going lower here from this point, or react, of course, like I said, on this one, or react on this one. Okay, these are the two options here. If we break below, we create this equal low, for example, and we get the retest, you see that we do have a lot of room to get this counter trend idea. We have like 40 pips, 45 pips, something like that. So that's good. Okay, and that's why I'm using it like this. Okay, but I don't want to see anything else. If I see the market dropping way lower to this area here, I know like this demand level is from a 4-hour time frame, and the chances are high that this higher low will be the next uptrending movement here. Okay, so that's why I'm doubting. That's why what's going on in my head. I hope that this makes sense. All right, why I'm doubting a little bit about the support zone. Okay, dare to ask yourself some questions, and yeah, just use these moments like, how is the market reacting? How is this situation in the market going to end? All right, these are perfect learning tools for getting to know the market better and better. Okay, with pleasure. So would I be reacting on first demand zone? Just to come back on your question, nope, I won't be. But if we create that equal low or lower low, then we have an opportunity to search these 45 pips out of the market. And when I see these kind of things, usually I'm working with one take profit, because I know that this is a counter trend direction. And I don't want to be that person that is deep in profits and ends up with break even without any profits. All right, this is a mistake I made in the past too many times, when I'm deep in profits, for example, and I don't have the reaction to take out some money and ending up break even. This happened way too much to me. All right, this was an idea from yesterday. I'm running this one. I was looking for the market. I know this was like my very first zone. My entry was around, I think, 21, somewhere around here. So let's see where we can get. I was looking for the breakout and the retest here. So now I'm looking for the market to get back to the lows. Let's see if we can get there, yes or no. All right. So this is still what I'm looking at for Euro Canadian now. And I will be just leaving it like it is right now. All right. We have the next support zone ready. So if the market goes all the way down, breaks this low, we can look for another retest here. All right. So that's basically what I'm looking for with Euro Canadian. Of course, if we do not respect this, if the market doesn't drop all the way to the downside, for example, this is perfectly possible that the market will react on this point. I would be the person that sees this high and wait for the next breakout retest. Okay. You see how simple this market structure is, how simple we can keep it. A lot of people are making it way too difficult in the charts. All right. There we go. Next one, Euro Pound. I hope you guys have some value today. I'm taking things a little bit differently than the previous morning sessions. Really getting into, the market structure, getting into how the market is breaking highs, breaking lows, reacting on it. Here we have Euro Pound, which is breaking the support zone and just broke it. We have the 1 hour candle close. So now I can change that alert. Now you can see it how it would be working. So first we have the break of that support zone, so the 1 hour candle closure. What I would be doing right now is pretty simple. This alert, we can delete it. We don't need it anymore. And now I'm going to put another alert on the inner horizontal line, just a once per bar close, just a crossing only once, excuse me, and write down retest. There we go. Now we can use an orange flag because we have a breakout and I'm waiting for that retest. The red flags are still in between the zones. All right, you see? Orange flags, breakout, waiting for a deeper retest. For example, here on 80 Canadian and Euro Pound. Okay. Euro 80. Less, because I'm more focused on what the market is showing me right now. All right. What is possible though is this movement. Okay, getting into the higher demand levels here, supply levels, excuse me, and then move from that point to the downside. This is something that could happen. All right, so keep an eye out for that. I would love to see the market following up that trend. So just get the breakout retest to the downside. That would be best case scenario. Okay. Euro NZD, beautiful breakout retest here. This is a beautiful example. Let me just show you what I'm looking for. This was the breakout. Market comes back for the retest, reacts beautifully on the supply zone, and boom, market takes off. All right. Because of that, we know that the market has created a new resistance zone, new structure here, and this new support zone. So that's the next structure points I would be looking at for Euro NZD. With pleasure, no worries. If there are any questions, don't hesitate to ask them. I'm always here, making sure I can answer them as good as possible. If I cannot answer them, then you will have to do your own research on that. But technical wise, I can answer basically every question. Fundamental wise, like the news and that kind of stuff is something different. I'm not really that strong in that part. All right. I know that I need to pay attention to the red flag events. I know the big news events, but that's basically it. All right. With pleasure. No worries. I'm always here, you know. If I do the Zoom or I do it without Zoom, I'm always here. So I shouldn't I be opening a Zoom? All right. I get the question a lot. Why are you doing these Zoom calls? Well, pretty simple. I have to be behind my charts every single morning. So why shouldn't I do it with other people and share my knowledge? I know what kind of impact this can have on other people's lives, or I know what kind of impact it had on my life, knowing this information. So by sharing this, I know I'm helping people. And this is something I just love to do. All right. Otherwise, I would be lonely making my charts alone here. All right. Good. GA. I was looking at this one yesterday. What I was looking for GA was getting a higher retest in these supply levels, which is pretty much happening right now. I'm setting out the pairs into the channel, the Telegram channel, but not the charts. All right. I wanna trigger you to find these charts by yourself, to find these pressures by yourself, to make them, to mark them up, so you can learn and grow from that. All right. So I'm sharing the pairs in there, but I'm not sharing the links or not the charts. But I'm definitely making a recording, and you can just check the recording again um, on my YouTube channel. So if you have my Instagram, I have a link tree where you can find my YouTube, where you can find my Twitter, where you can find everything you need to know about me. All right. I'm gonna wait with this one. All right. I do like USD Canadian here. We have a lot of consolidation going on. Let's see if we can get a proper breakout. There we go. We do have a lot of interesting pairs for today, so that's amazing. I'm already running some good profits also for the week. Yesterday we had also a pretty good day. I'm running two different trades, GN and Euro Canadian. Maybe you have seen it. Just past GN. Pretty simple setup, by the way. Breakout retest from the resistance. These JPY pairs. I don't really like what I'm seeing on these JPY pairs. Yesterday it was kind of good. We had this breakout, then we have this retest, but at this moment I don't really like what I'm seeing right now. Here for GN, like you can see, breakout of the resistance, market came back for the retest, and boom, we took off. This was already a risk-free idea. And of course, I also told you about Euro Canadian. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it with this. So we have 80 Canadian, okay, 80 JPY. Okay, I like it. Alrighty. Euro pound looking good. Yeah. I think I'm gonna leave it with this. For GN, you can simply focus on these two. I really like the structure also, but I'm running this one, so let me put it like this. There we go. Resistance zone, and then we have the support zone. So this would be the price trap. Break resistance, there we go. And then of course, break support. There we go. I'm gonna leave this one. I think we have price traps enough, you know. Yeah, more than enough. The only one I really like, and what I would be looking at, is silver. Silver, I do like the chart. We have some very interesting structure going on here. So I want to see a deeper retest, getting below this wick, like around this area here. This would be a perfect area to see silver getting a deeper retest. Okay. So what you could do is simply put an alert on this low, and the moment the market is there, you know, oh, we are close, we need to pay attention, okay? There we go. Of course, the alert for the support zone, and there we go. All right. Orange flag, there we go. That will be it for today. So let me go over one more time. We have AUD JPY, AUD USD, Euro AUD, Euro NZD, USD Canadian. Those are the pairs that are still in between our price traps. So we are waiting on that one. Also GN, of course. For Euro Canadian, just to explain you once more, what I'm looking for is a breakout of the support, or of course, if we break to the upside, also possible. But of course, I'm looking to the downside movement because of this massive run to the downside. Okay. Then we have AUD Canadian, deeper retest or the breakout of the resistance. Remember. Then we have Euro Pound waiting for a proper retest here, GU waiting for a proper retest, and then of course silver to see the market going deeper into our zones. And these are the different price traps. Now, if we take a look at news for today, what are we? The 13th of August. We already had the pound news. We have seen that.
GBP.
Oh, we have seen that. And we do have the core PPY, all right? The PPY, yeah, we do usually have some impact of that. So just be aware that at 2:30 we have some USD news. But in my opinion, I think this will be okay, all right? Good. Let's check the cryptos to close off the session. The market is reacting pretty strong on the daily time frame. I haven't been on the session since we had this massive drop, or I haven't been reviewing Bitcoin since this massive drop. What's the reason of this massive drop? Well, don't say I didn't tell you. All right. I was talking about a drop since the beginning of July. I was pointing this zone out for the people who can remember this. Of course, it was not only this zone. So let me put there we go. It was also this zone that I was interested in. I had two different zones where I had my interest, and we reacted on the last one. All right. So technical wise, I saw this drop coming from miles away. Okay. Fundamentally wise, this has all to see with the Bank of Japan. All right. The Bank of Japan just hired their interest rates, and that's the reason why the market dropped massively everywhere. Stocks, crypto, gold. We have seen drops on every single chart. There was not a single chart that was going up. All right. So that was pretty much the reason. If you want to have more information about that, like I said, I'm not a fundamental guy. Just do your own research on that. It was the Bank of Japan, so start looking that way. What's the exact reason of the drops, of the reaction of the market? But technical wise, I saw this coming from miles away. All right. Right now, I'm interested in this zone here for the market to get the retest of that massive drop. And that's what we are seeing now. Okay. So market came back to the retest. We are reacting pretty strong. So the chances are high if we follow structure, simple market structure, guys. We have the low, we have the high, we have the lower low, we have the lower high. So what are we doing? Downtrending. All right. So now we created what? Lower low. We can search for the lower high and wait for the market to drop again. All right. So am I bullish on Bitcoin? Absolutely not. Technical wise, absolutely not. All right. The zones that I'm interested in is the zone where we are reacting right now. But of course, we can go always a little higher. All right. We can always go a little deeper into supply levels to then start dropping to the downside. Okay. So that's basically my vision. What I'm looking for Bitcoin. Of course, if we break this high here, we can start looking for upside movements, obviously, because then the market is breaking the structure. And like you guys know, with the price of strategy, once we break structure, we can start looking at a different direction. Okay. For Ethereum, pretty much the same. I was waiting for the market to really get the retest of that low. We haven't got it yet. So there is still a possibility we will get higher. We can even get back to this gray line. And like you guys know, I was talking about Ethereum going to the downside also for a long time. This was my first zone of interest. This was my second one. All right. So you can simply go to my recordings on YouTube, and over there you can find every single day. And at the end of the session, the last 5 to 10 minutes, I always go over crypto. So you can see it. You can see what I was looking for and how perfectly the market is following the structure. All right. And if you could ask me like, yeah, but why did you think that the market would still go down? We didn't have a lower low, like I said before. So what's the structure? High. This is a lower high, right? Here we have the low. So market comes from the high to the low, comes back, creates a lower high, comes back, creates what? Equal low. If the market closed below this zone here, or above, excuse me, then I would be bullish because the market created what? A higher low. But that was not the case. So the market created this equal low. I knew, okay, we are creating better structure, especially if you see a market like this, a situation like this, the chances are like 90% that the market will be reacting and start to take out all this liquidity. Because this here, this simply means money. Market comes down, everyone buys. Markets come down, everyone buys. What does the big boys? They love money, so boom, they're gonna take your money, all right? And they go down, all righty? And that's it. I think I'm gonna leave it with this for today. I hope you guys had some value. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, we have some very interesting price traps going on now. So let's see how they will play out. The first one I would be looking at, of course, are the AUD Canadians, the Euro Pounds, the GU, and the Silver, because these ones already broke out and we are waiting for these retests. And then, of course, we have the other ones where we can be looking for some breakouts. Okay, so I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. Always make sure to use every single day to keep on growing, even if it's only 1%. Small steps do matter. Small steps leads to big results. Always remember that. So keep on working, keep on growing. And yeah, we see each other back tomorrow for a brand new price trap session where we will review all the price traps and of course make some new price traps for the day. So thank you all for being here. I wish you the best and we see each other very soon again. Ciao, ciao.